thank you again so much for being with us today for Virtual Summer Opportunities Fair. If you don't mind just sharing your name, your position, and the organization you work for.
My name is Mary Overman. I'm the Development Director and Communications Manager at Volunteers in Medicine.
Awesome. And can you share a little bit more about Volunteers in Medicine?
Yeah, we're a healthcare clinic. We serve low-income working individuals who don't qualify for state or federal coverage. Last year we had over 1,000 patients. We have 10 staff right now, 1 intern. We have over 200 administrative and medical volunteers. So they really run the clinic. It's really wonderful. A lot of them are retired. Right now, a lot of them are working from home, which is great. We have them set up in our EMR system, so they still have access and can help triage our patients.
Great. Can you share a little bit more about positions that students have held there in the past and maybe any potential positions or internships that you might have available?
Well, this development internship is new. We have not had students working at our clinic before. This is something I wanted to develop because when I was in college, I did internships and I thought they were incredibly useful in learning skills. So we're happy to share that opportunity. Also, if anyone is familiar with development, you know, it's sort of endless work. There's always something to do. There's always something to grow, which is really fun because you can be creative. There's a lot of development to do. This internship in particular is related to donor relations, communications, social media. They'll have to learn about our donor database, assist with events when we start those up and running again. Right now, we do have an internship for eligibility, and that's not for students. Our intern in that position right now is actually someone who is a former patient with us, and she's also learning English because we're a bilingual clinic. We serve about 80% Latino community. So any Spanish speakers, you know, are highly promoted to bring into our clinic. We really appreciate that. But we do have a couple of staff who only speak English. I am one of them. I work more on the donor side, so I don't need to speak Spanish too often, but it's definitely great to work in a multicultural environment.
Right. And then what qualifications are you typically looking for these positions, and how can a student make themselves stand out in the application process?
Well, high attention to detail is really key for this position. Especially when you're working in a database, you need to be able to review your own work and make sure that, you know, if you don't know something, you're able to ask questions. Sort of finding the best way for you to edit your own work or ask someone else to edit your work for you. I really like someone who's self-motivated. That's really important. But asking questions is really, really key for me, especially when you're learning a new job. I would say just never be shy about that because there's no stupid question. You know, these things are new to people, and especially when you're in a learning process, that's the best way to learn because for me and my staff, you know, we've been doing this for a long time and sometimes we don't always know what other people don't know. So questions are key. Like I said, self-motivation, very important. We value trust and autonomy at our clinic. We have a lot of autonomy there. Also why asking questions is important because I want to be able to bring someone in who I can trust and who's self-driven and can come to me when they need help. We will do weekly check-ins and that sort of thing, but there's a lot of space in between when someone will be working independently and we'll still need to make sure we're communicating.
Mm-hmm. Does the clinic have multiple locations in Central Oregon, or is it just mainly in Bend?
We just have this location, but Volunteers in Medicine started on the East Coast, and there's around 100 clinics all over the states. Every clinic runs independently, but we all serve low-income working individuals, so we all have the same mission to serve the health of our community. Yeah, there's 3 total clinics in Oregon.
Okay, gotcha. And then in regards to future positions available, if things are to kind of return back to normal by the fall, when do you expect the application to be open and available for a potential fall internship, and where and how can a student apply?
So we will post the job on Handshake. It's not on there quite yet, but we'll be accepting applications in July. hoping to have someone on in August or September. Obviously, that will depend on the COVID situation, so we'll see what happens there. If not, we'll push it back to spring.
Gotcha. And how long does the internship last?
We had planned on it lasting through our fiscal year. Our fiscal year starts April 1st, so we were hoping for the internship to go, again, depending on the COVID situation, from September to March 31st.
Great. Awesome. And then last question I have for you is, in your perspective, what is one of the most rewarding aspects of the role and maybe one of the most challenging aspects?
I would say the most rewarding is seeing how we help the patients in our community. And you really see that part of my role is gathering patient stories. So you have a peek into their life, and there's a lot of obstacles that they have to overcome, especially because we serve a lot of immigrants, just really, really hardworking people who are trying to get by. And I really appreciate what our clinic does in offering them healthcare, because it's a basic need, and it's really valuable, and you see the value in your work. I think the challenging part in development, like I said, there's always room for growth. In a lot of ways, we're a foundation of a nonprofit because we bring in funding for it. And so we have to share what happens on the inside with the people, the donors, the constituents on the outside, and show them why they should support us. And it's just forever ongoing, and it's definitely rewarding work, but it's really hard work. Yeah.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you again so much for being with us today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.